Show, where we talk about people, places, and things.
I went down, you talking about, and we're recording, right? I went down a rabbit hole yesterday about body language. I did. I went down
That's
a
interesting.
whole...
That's some fascinating shit.
My God. But welcome to this week's HERshyt
Here we
Show.
go.
We're Hersh and Felicia. We are back. Baby, season 4. High five, high five, high five. Boom. Okay. That's all
So
that
body
weird shit.
language.
Yeah, body language. And
I know when you do this, when you cross your arms in front of somebody, you are subconsciously blocking.
But there's two different ones. I wrote a whole thing down. And if I would have known that we was talking about body language, I would have brought it in here. But there's like a whole list, right? And there's a book, Joe Navarro. He's a retired FBI agent.
That's fascinating.
So, yeah, he wrote a book, Joe Navarro. I want that book. I'm going to buy that book. But it breaks everything down. But he was even saying about people crossing their arms. A lot of people think that that's a defense mechanism or they're lying about something, right? They're trying to hide. Not necessarily. I do it all the time. It's a military stance.
I do it too.
Like when we're talking, it's you kind of, it's either you don't trust the scenario around you or it's an authoritative kind of stance where you're listening kind of deal, but you're not. I don't know. It's an automatic habit for me. So, I don't know. But it was something with the thumbs in the pockets or how people rock back and forth like they're trying to get their distance. You know, they don't know how far.
I rock back and forth. I think it's just autism or something. I don't know. I'm like, la, la, la.
But not just the rocking your feet, like your feet moving. If your ankles are crossed, you're really being...
That's fascinating to me.
Your anxiety and stress, like anything, if you're holding yourself kind of deal.
And I always do this, and I'll catch myself doing this or this.
So it's a body hug. You're securing yourself. It's a body hug kind of deal from what I read. And then people that, you know, do the ear thing, they're thinking about like, but one thing he did say was about people that look up and around when they're processing. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're lying because people process different. But in most books that you'll read, if people look a certain way to the left or to the right.
That's how I think.
Exactly.
I'm
and
like,
that's what dude was saying. He was like, you know, not necessarily. They just might be processing slow and they're thinking of.
It's something about your eyes. That's the FBI thing. Like there's certain ways you can do your eyes.
Yeah, it's like to the left, to the right, or
that's fascinating to me.
I don't. Some people just have jiggly eyes. What are you supposed?
You said jiggly eyes.
Some people do where they just start twitching and stuff where their eye just.
I did know a friend of mine. You'd look at her and her eyes would go like they would just buzz.
That's what I'm saying. So,
but she was extremely psychic, like
the
most psychic woman I've ever seen in my life.
I want to see an FBI agent or
no,
CIA.
and it was like she would do that when she was getting information.
Interrogator.
It was the weirdest thing. I was like
face to face with like a psychic to try to read them by their eyes. But the eyes are your soul. Like when you walk, he talks about.
Oh yeah, they're windows. So
when you walk up, you shake hands, and that's like the first connection, and you're gonna feel that vibe if you're really gonna like this.
And I always look at people's eyes. That's just what I do.
I was taught to look people in their eyes when they talk to me because I wanted that it's to the soul, like your eyes are to your soul.
I look to your eyes, and then I look to your lips, see what the hell you're saying.
Yeah, because she can't hear you.
No, and I went and got a hearing test done last week, so we getting older.
And that comes into our next topic. We're blending.
They're like, honey, you qualify for one of them behind the ear things. So I got to get 2 of them some bitches.
What? You didn't like the last ones that they gave you?
No, and I told her, I said the ones that we had, I just didn't do nothing for me. It was just magnified.
I thought it got too. Yeah, you got too
and
loud.
She said, and it makes me tired. I get so wore out.
Yeah.
And she said, because your brain is trying to keep up. And I have a certain limit. When I'm done, I'm done. I don't want to get on the phone. It's just like I'm not being rude. It's like I'm trying to just.
Your social.
It just goes bye-bye, and I can't help it. It's just, and she said you are tired.
But when your sensors are heightened, I mean,
and it makes like I got this one's my hearing's down, but there's another sense that's heightened, like I can energy and all that shit. That's why I'm just like I go in a room and and it's just I've been like this all my life.
I see you got your peepers though.
Oh yeah, getting older.
She got the serial killer peepers though.
Are they serial killers? Jeffrey Dahmer. Christy calls me egghead.
They're cute on you,
no,
though.
Christy calls me egghead.
They look like the serial killer 2.0s. Like,
coming to get you, bitches. Look, coming to get you, bitches.
They look cute on you, though.
I do have one of them drums that he had.
Oh, God.
But it was for something else. I just put my charcoal in it now. I call it my Dahmer barrel.
Oh, God.
It's a joke. I'm really not doing it.
We're talking about a lot of different kind of bodies over here. Serial bodies, taken bodies, unalived bodies. But before we started recording, we was talking about getting older.
Yeah.
Right? And how we're not taught growing up. Like, you hear older people when we were younger complain about, oh, my back.
And I always said, well, you wait until you get this age. That's all I ever heard.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Like, no, I'm good. We was able to bounce around, play whatever, double dutch and basketball and football, get slammed on rocks.
And I was rough for my body working out. Rough.
And now we're 40 and above.
And now it's like, we're paying for it.
Oh, God. But it's no shame in getting older.
No.
That's what we want to really bring to you is no shame in getting older.
Well, back in the day, I wouldn't, 5 years ago, there's no way I would have put hearing aids on my ears.
No, you wouldn't.
No.
You had too much pride.
And now I'm like, you know what?
If
it's going to make my life easier.
Yeah. You need to be able to hear.
Yeah.
You got to be able to hear what's going on around you. And not just watching
No, I'm
somebody's
so
mouth.
like if I go out to, say I go to the grocery store and I go out in my car, it's just because I can't hear certain things. I know what's going on beside me. I know what's going on behind me. And that wears me out because I'm constantly on alert in a different way.
Yeah, because you can't hear.
Yes, it's a different type of, but I can tell you what's going on beside me and behind me because I'm like always on alert. Okay. And that just wears you out.
It does.
That just wears me out.
And we was talking about, I know you have not had the childbearing hips yet, right? Well, you got the childbearing hips. You just don't want no child. Well, are not ready to have a child. Got it. Say just her baby.
That's my baby.
But then she raises everybody else's kids or puts an elbow to them every now and again when needed. She's the crazy cousin. But I remember when I was pregnant with Travars, they did not pre-warn me about the trinkling or I thought I was pissing on myself, right? I'm just going to say it. I thought I was pissing on myself every time. And
while you were pregnant, right?
While I was pregnant, but I was close to the end, right? I was in my third trimester. I was actually overdue at the time. And I was taking my sister-in-law to work. And she's pregnant, I'm pregnant. We just two big bubbly bellies in the car. And I sneezed and felt like I peed on myself.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, you can't squeeze that back in, right? You can't. But then after having him, so I found out I was actually in labor, but the sac was leaking at the time. That's what that was. Yes. Okay. I walked in. My other sister was pregnant. All three of us were pregnant at the same time. I went to the OB with her. She was finding out what the gender was. And I walked in. It was like, I keep peeing on myself. And they was like, go back in there. Are you really? So I had to do the whole ultrasound and found out I was actually in active labor. I just felt it in my back, though. I didn't feel it like everybody else. Oh, my God, my water busted. No, that shit didn't happen to me.
You didn't have your water bust?
They had to bust it.
Oh, okay.
It was leaking. But
so that's what was leaking.
That was what was leaking.
Okay.
But after the fact, now that I'm 40 and above, now he is 20 years old. I'm good to go. Recently, though, I go to sneeze or laugh too hard. I'm like, bitch, that is not your water breaking. That is, I don't know what that is.
A little trinkle.
I don't know what that is. And then I had to go down the rabbit hole and look it up. There's the Kegels and the tightening up that you got to do of the hooter cooter, right? Or the whole little area. You got to tighten it up.
What did you call it?
The hooter cooter. The stick catcher. I mean, what do you...
Okay.
It's the cooter shooter when it's on Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? Shooting it out. Shoot a cooter. But the hooter cooter. Hoot. Hoot. Right? So... But there's no, like, at first I was like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? And we don't go to doctors the way that we're supposed to go to doctors. Unbeknownst to what men think, women do not consistently go to the doctors like you think we do.
No, I'm the world's worst.
We don't. with
I've
the
been to doctors more this year
mammograms.
than I ever had in my life.
And I had a full hysterectomy in 2008. So it's like the one time I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go. The military, they was like, you're going to go get a pap smear before you get these shots and stuff. It was before a deployment. And I was like, but I have nothing but a whole playground with no toys in that motherfucker. Like, and they was like, no, but you gotta go. I said, okay, so I went. And the lady was like, why are you here? I said, because they told me I had to come. She was like, but a pap smear is to detect the cervical cancerous cells and this and the third. That's the mid to high dysplasia and all that good stuff. She said, you don't have a cervix. I was like, I know I don't. But I guess just test for everything, STDs and stuff like this since I'm here, so we're not wasting each other's time. So I went on ahead and got the full test. But that shit is, if women have had a full hysterectomy, what the purpose of the pap smear is, I mean, you still need to go get STD tested though. That if you are sexually active, please still go get tested for STDs. But they can do a blood test for that as well. You don't have to put your legs up in the stirrup.
They just tested their blood test.
But the pap smear is to detect the cancerous cells, like cervical cancer, ovarian cancer, stuff like that. I don't have none of those, right? It's a whole tumbleweeds and everything else going on.
It's just a tumbleweed.
I don't have nothing in the playground. I don't even have the squeaky merry-go-round, right? I don't have none of that. It's all gone. No women reproductive, nothing, right? But I still got a bladder and the kidneys and all that good stuff. So now it's to a point where it's like, is she going to start leaking out more? Somebody help me understand that. And there's no shame in getting older. There's no shame in getting older. With the mammograms, you was like, you don't want to get one.
Well, I mean, I know I'm good.
How do you know you're good?
Because I just know. I know my titties.
But how do you know you're good, though? You got to go. That's what the purpose of the test is.
I can only do so much, doctor. Like, I have to space it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've been getting stuff done I need to get done. And so, that'll be later. Like,
but
I know there's other...
Even men can get breast cancer.
Mm-hmm. Sure can.
They can get mammograms.
I think it's kind of rare, but they can.
Yeah, they can. So it's all about you keeping up with your body and before it's too late, kind of deal. But you're gonna listen. You're gonna start having hairs grow out your nose, hairs growing out your ears, especially men. I damn sure. I woke up one morning and was like, the fuck? Like,
mine are like, woo! I'm like, oh well.
Wrinkles come from every direction, and I'm not the type to wear makeup, so I just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna be wrinkled. It is what it is. You have to embrace all of that, though.
What do you think about Botox?
I don't give a fuck about Botox. To me, it's a waste of money because eventually you're gonna get. Because what it is, it's like
don't last a certain amount of time.
It's good for migraines. There's certain Botox you can get for migraines that I've heard is really, really good, right? I'm not going to do it, but to each their own. If you want to do all that, but there's people that get obsessed with wanting to stay youthful looking, and you end up looking like a plastic doll by the end of it.
An ugly doll.
Yeah. Embrace
ugly ass dog. When you put in a corner somewhere,
embrace your wisdom, and because a lot of people have not been blessed enough to get to our age, right, or to our parents' age. For those of us that have a parent or parents that are still around, they've seen it all and done it all too, right? Like, we weren't just born out of the blue, and now that they're getting older, they start turning more childlike. So you go from a baby, you live your life, and you start going back to your...
Yeah, that's reverting back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
my dad did that.
You got to be patient. It's not fun, but you have to be patient. You have to understand that, that they're reverting, like you said. But we have to embrace it. Why do people try to hide? There's so many different creams you can get for wrinkles and the puffiness and what we have, right? The Uncle
Fester.
I woke up,
my eyes are so swollen. I thought, woo!
There's so many different creams, but there's no miracle cure. Your genes are your genes, right? Drink water and put on lotion, right? And SPF, and especially Pale
So
frails.
the double
Pale
chin
frails get wrinkly a lot faster.
When you get the little chin starts getting a little bigger.
Oh, my shit is there. I'm gobble. You don't have shit. It's mine. Mine
It's more
is
than
there.
it was.
Whatever.
So I thought, man, I'm gonna get one of those things that was
Gravity.
put up your face. You know, you wrap it around your head and on your face. I thought, well, if it works.
I know where mine came from because I didn't gave up working out. I don't work out as much as I did. So all this shit just said, fuck it, gravity. I'm going down, down, down. I don't care. I embrace mine, right? Some people worry about theirs and they want to go get surgery and cut it all off and do it. And then I looked at my grandmother's pictures and my mom's pictures and I'm like, bitch, all of us got the turkey neck. So it's inevitable, right? I just got to start working back out though. Dude, tone up a little bit better because I'm telling you, while I was gone, that's all I ate was starch. Bread. For day. That's all I lived off of was bread and water. I'm not lying. I ate a lot.
Because you couldn't get out or what?
We was working 10-hour days,
okay.
but I mean, we had to order out most of the time. And I got a room with a kitchen for the first time on any of my deployments with where I work at, and I didn't have time to cook. I think I cooked twice the whole time I was there.
So you ordered out a lot.
Man, subs, sandwiches.
I love sub sandwiches.
Especially Chicago subs. Oh my God. Chicago subs.
That would have been me. Yeah.
However, I do have to pause for a moment and remind you that Chicago deep dish pizza is nothing but cornbread with some marinara sauce on it. That shit is this fucking thick.
I've always wanted to try that.
No, you don't. It is not. Chicago pizza sucks. You can say that loud and proud.
I've always wanted to order it like you
say that loud and proud. I don't like it neither.
I went to Chicago and I did not like the deep dish pizza.
I don't.
You didn't like it either?
It was just like, why? It was too much.
It was cornbread.
There was too much bread.
No, but you got to think all the cheese and marinara, like it's just.
They don't use that much cheese.
There was so much stuffed in it. The one I had, it took me forever to chew it because it was too much cheese, and then it was just bread. It was just give me a slice of pizza.
It's just too much.
Give me a slice of pizza, and I'm good.
Their thin crust would be like our regular pizza.
So what's that? Chicago Uno's or something?
Uno?
There's Uno something. They make a deep dish. They're like really famous.
Oh no, they got a lot of famous ones up there.
This one's famous.
You
can order it like
dish.
You can get it shipped to you. Like they'll vacuum seal it and all that stuff and send it to you. But it's expensive. And I was like, I almost wanted to try it.
It was worth the experience to say I went to Chicago. And
listen,
I had a deep dish
so I'm the leader that buys the pizza for the team, right? So about a month in, I was like, hey, went to the security guards. Y'all live here in Chicago. What is the best spot to order pizza from? I spent $160 at this spot. Ordered the pizza.
For everybody else?
Yeah, for the team.
Okay.
Right? It was like 4 or 5 pizzas.
Okay.
But $160, right? I sent my coworker.
Shit, I'd be on, where's Domino's?
to go get, listen, I've sent my coworker. I was like, this is the address. You know, he was like, oh, just go pick it up because he's that coworker that wants to get out of the office all the time. So I was like, all right, bet. This is the address. Go pick it up. He had to go down some back alleyway to go pick up the pizza from the back door of the spot or whatever. He ends up coming. The pizza is this fucking thick. You could not eat past one slice. It wasn't. I was like, bro.
So it's mostly dough.
It is bread with a little marinara and some sprinkle of cheese.
Just a little poop.
Just a sprinkle of cheese. It was.
You went.
That was. It spreads the cheese out. That's about it. I'm not dogging it. If y'all like it, I just would not. I got some cornbread in there that I can add.
If I'm going to eat cornbread, I want my pintos with it.
Exactly.
I want my onion. So maybe some pepper sauce.
Security got mad at me because I was clowning on them. I said, well, where are the pinto beans and the greens and the rice? And you gave me some cornbread with some marinara. I could have scraped the marinara off and used that. Crumbled it up in some
milk, cornbread and milk with pepper.
Telling you that it was Chicago. Y'all are a beautiful city, a lot of history, a lot of architecture, but your pizza nasty.
What about hot dogs?
I was not eating that hot dog, but however, I will say Portillo's. Portillo's is an Italian beef. The Italian beef with the gravy bread. That is that Chicago. Y'all on point with that. Portillo's, not Portillo's. Portillo's.
I don't know if it's that brand.
Portillo. It's the restaurant Portillo's.
Ooh.
It is,
and they got that meat and that sauce like that.
It's almost like a Philly cheesesteak, but it's to me
and they got
the Chicago Italian beef is better than a Philly cheesesteak. Y'all don't tussle with me. I'm just saying. The Italian beef is better than the Philly cheese.
You can tell I watch Food Network all the time.
But a chicken Philly won't top it, though. I like chicken Phillies. But the Italian beef in Chicago is banging. And y'all got it on that one.
I've always heard of Chicago dogs.
Yeah, they're famous for the... I was going to eat it.
You don't eat the hot dogs, right?
Not like... Those aren't regular hot dogs, man. I don't know what...
What, they got that snap to them?
It's like a...
Are they thick?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
The Chicago dog, like, they known for their dogs, though.
But I thought it was like a thinner dog.
No.
I don't do thick hot dogs.
No,
like Quick Trip, y'all need to stop making them this big.
It looks like a sausage. It looks like, it's like one of those. It's the thick.
Oh, no, that's too big.
I'm sitting here laughing at y'all because y'all was talking about getting older. And both of y'all totally forgot what you talking about.
Oh, we went to food.
Like, y'all
my bad.
Definitely older. Definitely getting there.
I know. We reverting back.
Already.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about food. I love food. I'm like, what?
But you know what? We did do some old people shit just then.
Right.
I know.
We're like,
we're setting an example.
Prime example.
It got excited over the food.
I get tickled up. I'm like, woo! I get passionate.
Okay, but Chicago bad pizzas to me. I don't like the thick crust, and the dogs are weird. I have not eaten one.
But that may be a way to tie it in though, because as you get older, there are foods that we love that we're not supposed to eat as much anymore. Like, have you had?
Because
what are some of those foods for you? Particular foods that you love, but now it's like, man.
Any type of meat, really.
Really?
Yeah. Because it's got so much sodium in it.
A nice big burger.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have any blood pressure.
Yeah, like
heart issues.
I'll treat myself to like a brisket salad, like Jim and Nick.
Buc-ee's?
No, I can't have that no more. No, because I was eating 2 at a time. And then my fingers started swelling up, and I was like, this ain't good.
There's a lot of sodium.
Oh, it's low.
Tell them again. What is a telltale sign if you got too much sodium in your body?
You getting old.
No, I'm talking about the swelling of the fingers.
That means you're getting old when you can't eat it no more.
The swelling of the fingers is a telltale sign. You need to flush the sodium out of your body.
Well, we went to Birmingham and
I'm not meaning like my
was
little
on the way,
fingers,
and I got me
anyway.
They are good. You had one, didn't you? They are good.
I have not been to Buc-ee's yet. We have not made our road
trip.
They're
freaking, it's phenomenal. It's like you going now. I'm like,
because you can't have none.
I know. Well, just one of the.
But what else have you had to? Was there certain? I know when I had the stroke. Yes, I had a stroke. But when I had that, I couldn't eat greens. There was green because of this the vitamin K. It contradicted the blood thinners that I was on. Because vitamin K helps clot your blood or something like that. I don't know. Don't shoot me. I'm just
Well, I hope you don't do the greens for me, Lord.
But they told me I couldn't eat like when they had me on Coumadin, I could not eat like greens, regular turnip greens, mustard greens, collard greens, cabbages, anything. I had to minimalize that because it was contradicted to the blood thinners that I was on.
They didn't like put me on a Pacific diet or anything. They just said, watch your sodium.
Yeah.
So I have to keep it like under 2,000.
Do you ever wake up and just be paralyzed? Your lower back is just fucked up for no reason.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'll
get up and I'll be hobbling. I'll get up and I notice I'm hobbling. I'm like, damn. But that's my next stop is to get my knee checked out.
Yes.
Because it's going on 30 years.
She's had the same metal in there for decades.
And I would put my leg through a lot. So I got to go get that. I'm going to get that checked out while I can. So I have to do a little bit at a time because I get overwhelmed with these doctors.
Yeah, I'm finally.
They'll probably want to go in and redo it, which I'm fine. Just whatever you got to do to keep it going.
Half my tooth fell out in Chicago.
You might be getting old. Yeah, if your teeth start falling out.
While eating cornbread.
It wasn't, but it was a Starbucks sandwich. Same difference. It was still bread. See, I love bread, as you could tell. I love bread. So I woke up with a headache that morning, but everybody, y'all, I get migraines, right? So it wasn't abnormal for me, but I had this tension pressure like going across my back, my shoulders. And I was like, what the fuck? But we did just kind of have a blizzard kind of thing, you know what I mean? And the temperature sucked in Chicago. It was cold as hell. So I get in, I was like, I woke up about 2 o'clock that morning. I took some heavy medicine to try to knock it out. And then I sat on the little couch in the hotel room and I was like, okay, I'm good. And then I was like, okay, I'll go to work. Because it was not gone, but it was that just
there.
It was there, aggravating. So I get there and I was like, well, before I take some leave, let me order me a Starbucks sandwich just to have something on my belly. So a sandwich comes, took the little medicine, whatever. And then I felt something hard. And I was like, is that part of the bread? I was thinking it was like a hard piece of the bread. So I go over there and was like, fuck it. Spit it out. I was like, half my damn tooth came out, the backside. The tooth is still there. It's the backside of the tooth.
So it's like literally in half.
Yeah. But it didn't break like in the gums. So it wasn't, but I felt this pressure release off my shoulders.
That was from...
Your body is telling you when something is wrong. You got to pay attention to it.
Yeah, each tooth is connected to something in your body. Oh. I don't know the details of it, but yeah.
But now they're going to be doing surgery because the tooth is gone. Back in 2016, when I went to go get a deep cleaning, it was a student, and she chipped my tooth, like in between the other tooth. She didn't know I had osteoporosis, right? I'm just telling y'all all my medical business.
You might be getting old.
But she didn't realize, she didn't read my, it was a dentist, you know what I mean? In this military, I'm getting ready to retire. They didn't give a shit. They was like, we're going to do this deep cleaning, go on about your business. Well, she chipped and I felt it, but it's been since then, the air and everything else has been getting into that tooth and it just split it in half.
Is the nerve exposed?
No, it's dead. That is all dead. I don't feel nothing. I didn't have no pain after it
Well, at least
when
you
it
didn't have
broke.
no pain.
I know.
Tooth pain, nothing to play with. Ooh.
Yeah. But I went next door to the urgent care, which is not a dentist, that we had an urgent care next door. And he was like 93 years old. And he was like, which tooth is it? It's the one that's in half. What do you mean? So I had to point to which tooth it was that was half missing because apparently he couldn't really see it. I was like, my guy, I just want some antibiotics. Can I just get some antibiotics? Because I don't get home for another 2 weeks. I need some antibiotics. Because I didn't want to get infected. And then I asked him if there was an emergency dentist anywhere around. He said, that's a good question. I was like, bro, just give me my antibiotics so I can take my ass back to work. So, yeah, getting older.
Mm-hmm. Then wake up and I'm like, I have to take me a little while to get my blood flowing and get straightened back up. Because I wake up and I'm like, because I hobble. I notice I hobble because of my leg.
Yeah.
And I'm so used to it. And other people just mentioned it too. Like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Why? Like, you're hobbling. And I was like, oh.
I'm just warming up.
I know. And it's like, even during the day when it's like, if my leg's hurting or something, you'll catch me like
baby
hobbling.
it?
Yeah. And I don't realize I'm so used to doing it.
Mm.
But I can tell you when it's going to rain.
I think all of it. I used to think
I'm serious. I thought that was a joke.
I did too. I thought that was a joke growing up that when people would be like,
I was the weather. I'm like, no, that's real stuff. Yeah. Like my leg, it would drive me absolutely nuts. And I'm like, it's going to rain tomorrow. I mean, I just feel it. And I look it up. Sure enough.
Yeah, arthritis does that too.
Oh, I got arthritis in this leg.
Yeah, but you also have metal.
Yes.
Which is the...
And it's just like... Whoo! I was like, my leg's killing me. Like it just started burning, like the kneecap start aching, and it goes all the way down my leg. And I'm just like, it rains somewhere around here. And I'll look it up. And sure enough, we got like rain showers the next day or something.
But we also have to learn to do stretches. The older we get, I noticed that the
majority of us, good for you.
We get away from that. We get away from doing the stretches and stuff. And the way my calves be feeling when I first got home was walking up and down them steps. It felt like I did about 200 damn calf raises. The first day I was home, I was like, oh my God, what is that?
Walking up down your step?
Man, because I didn't have stairs in where I was at. So, no. It was on fire. And remember, I had bilateral Achilles surgery. So I have to stretch it out. But we don't do that. We don't like to stretch stuff out.
Yeah, stretching it elongates the muscle. And then you breathe into it. And
drink water.
Yeah. I drink a ton of water. Yeah.
But don't drink too much water.
That's what that's what I'm confused about. Is I was always told drink water to flush out. You know, and now it's like you're not supposed to drink that much water, and I'm just so confused. It like goes against everything I've known.
I got scared. My brother had a college roommate that died because his body wouldn't release water. He had just kept a football player, kept drinking.
Yeah.
It's like his insides drowned. I had never heard of that before.
We had soldiers that passed away like that because they erased the electrolytes.
Okay.
That's all they was allowed to drink was water, right? And that was one big thing during basic training. They was like, drink water, you know, chug the canteen, that nasty ass canteen, but chug the canteen until it's empty. You know, all right, Joe Sarton. But we had people that literally flushed all the electrolytes out.
So that's why I get confused.
And
now I do believe that because when I was in high school, as a senior in high school, that's when I started going to the gym, working out a lot and all that stuff. And I realized, you know, body goes, drink tons of water. So I'd drink I'd get me a jug at night, and I'd drink the whole damn thing. I'd be peeing all night, but I thought that's what you're supposed to do, to flush everything out.
You are supposed to flush.
But no, I was drinking too much. I never heard of drinking too much. And then I started passing out. Like I'd be standing up. See, I had no idea. And I just remember like waking up, being in the kitchen, in the floor. My head had done hit the stove.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't know. I was like, what is this from? I was drinking too much water.
Yeah, they say, drink 8 ounces or 8 glasses, 8 ounces. What is it? I don't know. A jug is good. A gallon a day, so to speak. But you don't have to drink water consistently, like more than that.
Yeah. So that is true about the electrolytes. Like
you
flushed
can flush
everything. I didn't know.
I've never heard that though. You're drowning from the.
It's retaining fluids is what they'll call it, but it's like so whatever.
So he needed some water pills to release it.
He's not throwing up. The water is not coming out of his body, and they couldn't figure out.
And wasn't sweating nothing.
Well, no sweat, and he was in the hospital maybe one day and just didn't make it. He didn't survive it. You know, they'll put you on the machines and get it out.
Like a dialysis kind of thing?
That's kind of what they done with me, you know, when I did
that. They tried to flush it, but he just didn't get to that point. As soon as he went to the hospital, like he felt.
And you can retain fluid so fast. I had 30 pounds of fluid on me.
She did. She had a lot.
Yeah, it was that right there, but yours, some kind of way, like if he was using the bathroom or sweating.
Well, they gave her a pill to flush, to make her a diuretic, something
diuretic or something. Yeah.
Diuretic, yeah. Listen, you know we ain't doctors and nurses.
But I'm telling you, like,
I don't know exactly what it, but I know he died from.
But I retain water. And I know people that do. I saw what happened to her when she retained the water. It wasn't here.
It was up here.
Yeah,
I was drowning. I didn't even know it. I thought I was having anxiety attacks from my dad, like being in hospice, because that was anyway. Yeah. And I thought I was just having anxiety attacks and couldn't breathe. You know how that works, panic attacks. And I thought, no, the whole time I'm damn drowning. I'm having heart failure. And I had no idea that's what it was. I know what it is now.
Yeah.
But then something told me, like, put onions on your feet.
Yeah.
Sliced onion. And I'm all about old time remedies and stuff like that.
Yeah, it sucks out.
So I just intuitively I put sliced onions and I put them in the bag at my feet, tied them up and laid down. And the next day, all that fluid that was up here in my heart went down to my pelvis, to my legs, my feet.
She was fluffaluffagus, y'all.
So it, like, I always say onion saved my life, because it really did.
It pulled everything
down. It pulled all that fluid that I had up here down. So I felt better up here. But then I was like walking around like the Marshmallow Man, Ghostbusters. And everybody's like, you okay? I'm good. I just need a lymph node massage. They're like, no, you don't.
She had some body pillows, his legs.
Woo! Like, and I went off. Everybody was intrigued. Everybody's looking at my legs. I'm like, well, y'all stop.
Yeah. When I got to the hospital, everything looked normal here, but she had to get up.
Everybody was intrigued. Everybody's like,
her leg, she was.
It looked like I had like that elephantitis stuff.
Yes. It was, she was thick.
It was bad.
And smushy. Like you can. You listen. We can laugh.
You describe anything. Like then you use the finger too.
But it was squishy.
It was like,
yes, I did. I pushed once. Just once.
You know it.
Just once. I wanted to see what it would do.
You know, she's like, you're squishy, and I'm like, yeah, a lot of water down there.
It was not her. You know what I mean?
No, because my ankles are usually like this big, and them some bitches were like
You have to pay attention to stuff like that. Pay attention to your swelling.
Oh yeah.
It might not just be the sodium. It could actually be that something is definitely.
Well, the doctor
wrong
said,
with
because I have to weigh myself every day, and if I'm not within a certain limit, it's supposed to be 3 to 5 pounds. I'm supposed to call.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to call about, but
they got to give you a water pill to make you.
I
piss
have
it
water
out.
pill, but I only take. He took me off the water pills.
Okay.
So now I just take it about every 3 days or something, just to get the extra fluid off. But it's normal to have like 3 to 5 pounds of water weight.
Okay.
That's a normal.
Well, I mean, you do have to hydrate your organs.
But I do know, like, if I can tell when I eat, like we went to Johnny's the other day, and it was a treat for myself, and I had 3 pieces of pizza. And the next day I thought I was doing pretty good because I weighed about my normal weight, and then during the day,
that sodium
going out, and I was like, "Whoa!"
That sodium caught up with you.
It did. It was like more than my normal range, so I was like, "Uh-oh!" So now I know what to do. I have a infrared blanket.
Yeah,
it's like a sauna blanket, and you get in it and you sweat. You're laying down, and it has arms. You can come out, so I just lay there and watch TV. And when I get that,
and it helps bring the
makes
water
all that sweat. It's good for your heart. It's good for your skin.
Oh, we need the link for that to put up. Yeah, I need.
No, it's good for all kinds of stuff, and then you can set it to where you want to. Like, you can do 50 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever it is. But you really start sweating toward the last 15 minutes. That's when you start sweating a lot. I don't know if it gets hotter or what.
Yeah.
But that thing works.
So it draws the.
Yeah, it's like you're going outside exercising more hard. It's like you're sweating. Like, I'll come out, my hair would be like sweated, everything. Yeah.
But if you're not the type of individual that drinks a lot of fluids, that would be bad for you.
It could be.
You could be dehydrated and pass the fuck out.
But I use that.
So drink water or fluids before you use it. Before and after. I would definitely advise that.
But they do. They'll help my joints getting in that thing.
Yeah.
It works out good.
Well, the heavier you are, your joints are going to start screaming. I've noticed that because I've went up. I've always been between. Well, when I had a stroke, I dropped down to 99 pounds. I look like a straight crackhead weasel, like a ferret running around. I already got long teeth, so imagine me 99 pounds with long teeth. I look like a ferret, or a cracked out bunny rabbit or something, right? One of the. I did. I can clown on myself though.
I do the same thing.
I looked horrible. I did.
I was like, squish. You about to die. Well, let me feel.
Let me squish it so I can say I know what it felt like. And I don't have the full feeling in the right side of my body to this day, right? But I was blessed enough to be able to walk again. Because a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people don't get the ability to walk out of the hospital the way that you did after your issues. You know what I'm saying? Like and then our parents are getting older, so now we have to prepare for whatever they're going to go through. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with buying the Depends for yourself or for your family members. Don't say you buying it for your family members knowing good and damn well you need it.
Or if you got double chin, you can't buy something to squeeze it up.
I bought that shit.
I want it. Let me try it.
I think I threw it away because I was like, this shit don't work. Just start.
Like my mom was always buying stuff for her face. She bought that machine that like it goes on your face. It's like she got that one and she got this other thing. She's like, I come in there and she's doing this with her face. I'm like,
what is the roly thing?
Yeah, I'm like, what is that? She's like, I'm trying to get rid of these wrinkles.
I got 2 of those. And my sister-in-law trained. She got me to buy it. So you put them in the freezer.
Yeah.
And you hook them on a roll and you just roll. You're supposed to roll your skin.
I've seen it like on infomercials.
I got 2 of them and I ain't even using them. I was like, I need to bring them and freeze them and let y'all try them like on the product.
Oh, we was damn sure try it. Listen, I got Noxzema in there. I'm old school. I still use Noxzema.
I love Noxzema. I got some.
With the eucalyptus in it. Yeah. You just sit there and...
it makes your face feel so clean.
It does. And it don't have that many... as much as this new shit got, like chemical wise.
I love Noxzema.
You only got like 8 or 9.
That is old school, man.
Yeah, it is.
And Pond's face cream.
Pond's.
My granny used to use that.
No, I do have the L'Oreal something. I don't fucking know. I half-ass use it. I just be throwing lotion on and keep it moving. Like I don't get into all those technique things. I will go get some of them Stride pads, and I don't even have acne.
I use those.
But it works.
Mm-hmm.
It cleans. Or just use witch hazel. I use witch hazel on some cotton swabs.
I've been using oxypads for so long, and I quit for about 3 months because I went and got a facial, and they were like,
it'll dry you out.
Yeah, they're like, you're depleting your skin. You can be aged. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like,
yeah,
oh,
oxypads, it dries you out.
So I stopped using it for 3 months, cold turkey, and that about drove me nuts. It was rough. It was like coming off an addiction. I was like, oh.
Because it dries you. You're only supposed to use it like once a week.
Oh, no.
You wash your face.
No, I wash my face, but I still use that. Like, there was something about that cleanliness. Like, it would get that extra oil.
But it's making you dry as hell.
I don't use it anymore.
Oh, okay.
I use it every now and then.
Yeah, we're pale frails. We can't use a lot of... We don't need nothing dehydrating because we're already pruning. You know what I mean? So we can't... No, can't do that. Got to moisturize.
Yep.
Got to moisturize. But witch hazel is good because it's not as strong and you still get the same
strong
cleansing.
as alcohol, right?
Yeah, no. Witch hazel. It's a type of alcohol, but it's not that. I don't know.
We
don't know. We are not beauty experts. So if y'all have any beauty shit that you want us to try,
well, some of that makeup's fascinating, though.
It is.
I watch it. And I'm like,
I did get the Il Maquillage.
What's that?
The one where you take the little test. You take the little test online, and they send it to you for a 14-day free trial or whatever. And it's supposed to match your... No, it's a
foundation.
Yes. But it's an all-in-one foundation. Like, you don't have to do all the extras. And I tried it one day. Matter of fact, I think it was right before you came last time. I tried it one day, and it actually fucking matched my skin. It was like a color matcher thingy. I was like, what? I'm never going to wear it again. I just bought it to try it. But unless I have, like, you know, the acting thing or whatever. Maybe one day I'll get a makeup artist. But... I just don't like makeup. But yeah, Il Maquillage, that shit works. Y'all are on point. I will not buy it again because it's going to go to waste. But it was on point. The little match quiz thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it does. I'm going to show you the link. Look, y'all better pay me for this advertisement. But no, embrace getting older. Right? Understand that your parents are getting older. And if you have to assist them, man. You might even have to bathe your parents. Like, it gets to that point. They bathed you. Why you can't bathe them? It might be a little extra wrinkly. You know, you might have to fold something over. But make sure that your parents are cleansed. You know?
Somebody.
You gonna pay somebody? Yeah, or pay somebody.
I'm bringing a nurse, somebody. I don't.
No, that's where caregivers come in. And
yeah.
People that are...
Some insurance... You know, there's caregivers that you could use through your insurance company too. That's the long-term care where you can have somebody come and stay.
There's nothing wrong with getting help for that.
No, if you don't want to, you know. I mean,
it might be too strenuous for you. It might be.
If you can afford it, do it. If you can afford it, yeah. Or medical-wise, if you can't lift up a leg or, you know what I mean? Because you have back problems or neck problems or, you know, everybody got something going on.
You know, if you got a parent sitting there and they're dead weight, you know, that mess you completely up. You get back issues.
Dead weight is no joke. I don't care if you're 150 pounds or 130 pounds.
That's the heaviest weight I've ever lifted in my life. And I've been lifting weights for a while. Well, I used to anyway. So I'm like.
It's impossible for me. Like, my granddad fell one time when I was a teenager and my cousin was there with me. We could not lift him.
Yeah, that's dead weight.
We was able to sit him up and put him in his back against the couch. So he's sitting on the floor, his back. That's the most we could do. It's like, Granddad, you got to help us. And he couldn't do it. It was like we couldn't. We could get him up, sit upright. But
but getting that weight, that's the heaviest weight.
Like, Granddad, why you so heavy? Like,
stop eating, dude.
But now, and get stuff for your home, like a defibrillator. Get trained on stuff like that, to where you're not having to do the CPR. You smack the machine on there and turn that joker on, and it's shocking the heart and doing what it's got to do until the medics get there. Yes.
Well, that'd be good.
They even have some that where once you turn it on, I know my uncle before he passed, he had a vest where it would shock his heart, but it also send the signal to his doctor that his heart would, like, it was a constant monitor. And because he was like, I want to die on my own. I don't want to be in a hospital, right? So they gave him this high-speed vest. And
it's a vest?
It does a shock, yes.
They said something about giving me, I'm like, It's
a vest to where if something happens, it's keeping you alive until the medics are able to get there. And it sends a signal back to your doctor to let them know that you just fell the fuck out. And you need to get
just come so far.
We had a neighbor in Douglasville that had an automatic defibrillator in his heart. Like they had that implanted it.
Yeah.
And we used to mess with this man. Like this man died every 2 weeks. You see the ambulance out there. Me and Jet used to laugh like, man, this man just tired. Y'all let him go. Like leave him alone.
And they just kept bringing him back to life.
That's automatically.
What did he do in his life to have that?
They were millionaires or something. Like they own some place in Marietta that you never know about, big warehouse.
Yeah.
But
they had the money for it.
But it was their dad.
I know he was exhausted. Like, bro, just let me go. He cut a
crop circle in our yard. It was so funny one day. He was cutting grass, and I guess he just kind of fell over cutting grass on a big riding lawnmower, and it's just in a circle. I go outside. It's a big circle of dirt in my front yard. Now I can't be mad at him.
No, I wouldn't be mad.
See the ambulance, they got him. And I'm looking at my yard like this. Cut my.
He done scam my
We're
yard.
not laughing at people that have medical issues, but
here we are.
Yes, we are.
For real though, that's what made me want to. We talk about this all the time. I want to do my living will and say, "Don't do me like that." Like,
yeah,
just let me go.
Well,
that's where the paperwork comes in that too. Just
no, my dad had a living will. Do not do that, and they did that, and that's why I had to go through the trauma of hospice, and that was the worst experience I've ever been through.
They had to do not resuscitate.
And we come to the hospital, and he's like, they done had a tube down his throat.
They resuscitated. They didn't look at his medical records to see that he had a DNR.
And then we had to go through all of that trauma. Like,
wow.
We wouldn't have to. I mean, not that he had a limited time anyway, but it was just like that
they
trauma of hospice.
They brought him back to life.
That was the worst experience I've ever been through.
I've heard at least one person in that situation that told their family they were selfish. Like, you've been selfish. I've taken care of you. I've taught you everything I need to teach. I'm in my 80s. Let me go. Like, let me go.
They done lived a long life. They ready to go.
Yeah, he had to beg his family. Like, he told them. And I was like, that's the first time I agreed with him. Like, I get his point. He said, y'all being selfish. Y'all want him around, but none of y'all come see him.
Yeah.
They don't come see him. They don't help take care of him. They not.
Now you keep bringing him back. He's like, leave me, let me go.
My point is,
I can understand that. I get it.
I would be the one to be like, let him go. Like, when my brother was on his, on his deathbed for the overdose, I told him flat out, I said, y'all wasting resources. And the nurses and stuff looked at me like I was just extra mean. And I'm like, nah, bro, y'all wasting resources. He's dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not coming back. And you're putting these machines on. They was like, well, because of organ donation. And I was like, okay, I get that part. But shut the breathing machine down. You can keep everything else, whatever you got to do.
When we came in there in the hospital and we seen him on that, I mean, it was just a big shock.
That's more traumatic to me.
Oh, it was horrible. And he did not, it was in the living will, do not resuscitate, but it was just like, when we come in and he's got all that stuff in him, and that was traumatizing.
Oh, I would have flipped the wheel.
And then, like, between that being traumatizing and then, like, the hospice thing right after, that was the worst experience
And
ever.
it took him a long time to actually meet his demise after that, when they brought him back.
It was about 6 weeks.
Yeah, the family had to go through seeing him do
and that's what I thought. I was having anxiety attack, and the whole time it was just too much on me,
and your heart was about to get out.
And that's what it was, just too much.
Yeah,
seeing my dad go through them, reverting back, and then like seeing him go through all those emotions, his mouth being open, that was the worst experience ever.
And we were
but it's because they didn't.
They're going to start thinking about their old ways, their teenage younger years too.
No, I could see the energy change.
Yeah,
like literally, and I was just like. And it took me back, because he wasn't always the most perfect dad, who is perfect. But then it took me back to that, like he reverted back to his 30s or something. And that's when I, started drinking real bad, and I got the brunt of that. And it took me back to that time. And I'm getting ill. I'm getting mad.
Yeah.
Because it took me straight back to that traumatizing time in my life. And I was just like, and my mother even seen it too. Like there was something that just triggered me, and I was like, he was in the hospice, and I had to like really like forgive myself and forgive him. I had to go through this whole rigmarole on top of everything else.
And then a lot of people start telling their truth on their deathbed.
Yeah, he did with my mother.
They start telling their truth. So be prepared for all of that. And I know that we've been going on and on and on, but embrace getting older. Embrace getting older. Embrace that your parents and your grandparents and your aunties, everybody is going to get older. That's just the life cycle. right? Take care of yourself medically. If there's, don't try to run from the doctors until it gets to that point to where you have no choice, because you might not make it out of there. Some people are blessed too, right? Don't block your own blessings by not going to get seen, even though medical insurance is expensive as hell.
I had to go to a Canadian pharmacy just to get my main medicine.
See?
Because it's like $1,500.
Don't give up, man. But don't give up. That's where that resiliency and all that comes in. Don't just settle for whatever they're going to tell you, and get second opinions. There is a book out there called How to Be the CEO of Your Healthcare, where you can fire. And we already did that with author Gillis, Zara. She's on Instagram and Facebook. So, I mean, it just gives you that comfort of knowing you can fire your medical professionals.
Yeah.
If you need to.
And I have a new outlook. They're working for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and I have a new outlook. Not like, that sounds bad, but
they are working for you.
They are, in a sense. Like, you can say, no, I don't, you know, you don't have to do everything they say. Like,
and when your memory starts slipping and you start talking about food in the middle of conversations, that's about getting older.
You might be getting old. I love talking about food. So yeah. twofeathersage.com or twofeathersage on Etsy. Vintage 79 Finds on Etsy. You got 8robinsons.tv. Go like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, where you can check out all previous shows from every show on the platform. And as always, the HERshyt Show at gmail.com. If you want to be interviewed or if you have any research questions, we will keep you anonymous if you so desire. And yeah, all that good stuff. Go buy some merch. Go hit us up. We're here for y'all. Till next time. Bye.
Be sure to log on to youtube.com and subscribe to the HERshyt Show at TheHershytShow.